The crazy, the completely off the wall, never to be replicated.
We've got medley of vegetables. So what have we got on the meat?
We need to get carrots and oranges.
Well, that's the next tile. What about meat? Have we got anything on for meat?
Absolutely crazy day today. Went shopping with Amy, as you saw. She was really good, but gosh, it was a nightmare in there today. And now the kids are bouncing off the wall so much that Charlie's broken a picture frame, which I'm now having to fix. I have the students' video to finish editing, which I'm going to get on with in a minute. But today, I want to talk about one of the greatest composers in modern jazz and a phenomenal saxophone player who has to be on the list. He has to be on the list because of where he sits in the jazz, in that kind of continuity, and that's the fantastic, the crazy, the completely off the wall, never to be replicated Wayne Shorter. So you remember last week when I moved everything around and now you're back in your normal position again? It's because I couldn't get the autofocus working yesterday. It ruined it on even that Sony video. It just won't, this lens just won't autofocus the way I want it to. Anyway, back to Wayne Shorter. So Wayne Shorter was born in 1933 in Newark, New Jersey, just across the river from New York City, of course. Now for me, Wayne Shorter is another one of those, I mean, he's still an incredible saxophone player with an amazing technique, but he's a brilliant musician, and he's certainly someone, and great composer. Did you know that he starts a lot of composition work now? There was a great biography that I read about a year ago. I'm trying to remember who it's by. Give me a second. It's by Michelle Mercer, and it's called Footprints, the Life and Work of Wayne Shorter. And if I'd had time, I'd have gone back and read through a lot of it before I did this vlog, but I have no time because it's the run up to Christmas, and I'm thinking, which idiot decided to do a daily vlog on the run up to Christmas when it's so busy? Me. Anyway, back to Wayne Shorter. He started his career in the 50s with Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, and effectively Shorter became the music director for the Jazz Messengers. When Coltrane left Miles's band in 1960, it was Wayne Shorter that he recommended to Miles, but Wayne wouldn't leave Art Blakey's band. I mean, there's more in the book, but one of the reasons was that Wayne was quite comfortable with me, the music director and the composer, in Blakey's band, and knew that if he went to Miles, he'd have to be subservient to Miles's kind of whims and things. So Miles had to convince Wayne that he would allow him to compose and almost musically direct the band. Now that second great quintet is regarded by some people as the greatest jazz band of all time. You've got obviously Miles on trumpet, Wayne Shorter on tenor and soprano sax, though it was mostly tenor at that time. You've got Herbie Hancock on piano, Ron Carter on bass, Tony Williams on drums. It is a phenomenal band. There are some of those amazing compositions from that period, some of the greatest jazz albums, particularly acoustic jazz albums of all time. Now Wayne left Miles's band around about the turn of the decade into the 70s, and he formed Weather Report, which was one of the bands that had the biggest influences on jazz funk and kind of what comes after that and that kind of family tree. So you cannot ignore Wayne's contributions as a saxophone player into some of the greatest bands, Art Blakey, Miles Davis, Weather Report. You know, but he's also his compositional. He's this heavyweight saxophone player and this heavyweight composer as well. Wayne also made some amazing albums for Blue Note, like Juju and Speak No Evil. They are just classics in their own right, and would be worth a place on this list, even if he hadn't then done everything else that he's done as well. Shorter was also prolific as a sideman as well, working with Steely Dan. That famous solo on Asia is by Wayne Shorter, and there's loads and loads of other stuff knocking around. In 2000, Wayne Shorter formed an amazing quartet of Danilo Perez on piano, Patitucci on bass, and Brian Blade on drums. I went to hear those guys at the Barbican a few years ago in London. I was not very well that night, but it was the first set was Wayne Shorter playing as his quartet. The second set was Wayne Shorter with the BBC Concert Orchestra. I enjoyed both, but the first set was amazing, and it was the first time for me that I'd really heard, and I mean really heard live, a quartet operating as a quartet rather than the sax player with his backing band, as it were, if that makes sense. You know, they really played as an ensemble, and they improvised almost as an ensemble and took you on a journey together. It was extremely high level stuff that if I'd heard 10 years before I wouldn't have got, because it's taken my music education to grow in order for me to understand what was going on there and really appreciate what was going on musically. And it was amazing, a real eye-opener for me, a real understanding of getting a lot of Wayne Shorter's compositional techniques and improvisational techniques. And I love his music. I play a lot of his music, not just the sort of standard footprints, but you saw last week, if you were watching the earlier vlog from here, when I was doing that arrangement of that 12th century carol. If I can get my head in the right place, I find Wayne Shorter's music amazing and really freeing, and just the ideas just seem to flow a lot from his music. They're very, very good compositions to improvise with, because, you know, he's a great writer. According to Wikipedia, there is supposed to be a Wayne Shorter film coming out in 2017. Sadly, there's only about a week to go of 2017. I've not seen anything about this film. But Wayne Shorter is certainly, he makes it into my top 4. I mean, some guesses have come in, but, you know, you've had kind of Sonny Rollins yesterday, Wayne Shorter today. There are 2 guys left. I think you'll probably work out who the 2 guys are. And for me, Wayne belongs in that pantheon of amazing saxophone players. He is able to sit alongside Coltrane, Rollins, and Charlie Parker, who's going to be tomorrow. So I'm not sure how much extra I'll get to vlog today. I've nearly finished the students video. I need to do an edit now, and then colour grade it, do a piece to camera for that, get that ready, because I've promised everyone it will go out tomorrow morning. I still haven't done my Christmas shopping yet. I don't know whether I dare go out today or whether I try and leave it till tomorrow. I think I may leave it till tomorrow, because at least I know I don't have to go out tomorrow night, so that might be more beneficial to me. Just finished doing my recording for my Christmas card thing. Still now, gosh, where are we? Probably 20 years since I first started recording myself. I still haven't got, I still find at times that the sound that I perceive in my head, and sometimes I hear on a Zoom or within the room, is never quite captured the same on a microphone. It just never seems to come out. I've actually recorded that with 3 different microphones today to try and get a balanced sort of sound out of the saxophone for this more breathy jazz sound. But anyway, that's not the point about it. My perfectionism is ruining that element of it and spoiling the fun to a certain extent. But, you know, just to let you know, I struggle with it a lot, trying to get the right sound. I spent hours in Logic tweaking it. That's because some pricks mix it down with only one mic on. 22 students in 10 different time zones, all over the world, all joining in, all playing the same song. It was a bit of it's actually got easier this year to edit. So anyway, I'm going to finish off my practice, and then I need to go and get showered and everything, because I'm heading out again tonight. I could actually do with just going to bed and going to sleep tonight, but hey, you know, Christmas only comes once a year. Hope you've enjoyed that look at Wayne Shorter. A very brief look today in the vlog. I hope you'll check out the playlist, you'll share them, you'll subscribe, you'll check out what I did yesterday here, what I did a year ago here. You'll obviously, as I just said, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow with our final 2 saxophone advent calendars. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.